Hey, this is the Pestle Man coming at you, and we're gonna have quickie discussion on pestles. And so I got a new kid on the block here. I just wanted to show off briefly. Now, this one here was the very first bell pestle that I ever had, and I got this Indy Chief just so generously. Just send me this thing, man. What a cool gift. And I thanks again, Indy. But just because I didn't want him getting lonely out here, I saw this one on eBay for 15 bucks. And so I popped for it. I thought, well, how could you go wrong, man? Even if it's a phony or something, which it turned out not to be at all. You know, 15 bucks, geez. I was happy to get it. But those are, neither one of those are from around here, although, and all of these are, well, almost all of them. This one here is an African. It was called, I got it off of eBay too. This one here was called a roller pestle. I think that's another term for maybe rolling pin or mono. Because it doesn't look like it would have rolled very far as a pestle. I mean, look at the angles of the dangles in this thing. It's got nothing but straight edges on it. And basically it was used on a dished metate, but it was just pushed back and forth like this. Boom, 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 boom. In different places on a dish metate, because it's basically faceted. Look, you know, look down there. It's got, you know, almost looks like it's got facets in it. And to tell you the truth, they almost look like they've got little bevels or something working in them to boot. It's a kind of a crazy tool. I can't really figure it out so good. But anyway, it was cheap too, and I thought, well, when I was getting one, I got two, so there we are. Here's the very first pestle I ever found. Just a little clunky thing. Actually, I believe it was probably a cobble that someone just picked up and started using. And it's got kind of a little teardrop shape to it. Kind of a fun little thing. But this here almost looks like it was used as a mono, but on top of a, see, because it's got that a flat edge right there, where it was used like a pesto, which is a pestle mono combo, on top of a rock that was actually convex, as opposed to, you know, concaved or dished, where most metates are, if they're not flat. But now here's a good example of a pesto. You know, it's got mono sides to it. It's got a little damage there, but you can still see what it used to be. It was, you know, had a whole edge there of mono work, and then two ends on it that are just big old pestles. And then here's a kind of a little interesting one. It's the only basalt pestle that I've found in my part of the world out here. All my other basalt ones, like this guy here, are all out of Arizona, out there in their basalt world of Arizona, New Mexico. But I just wanted to show off a few pestles that I've never really shown before, just to show you what, you know, kind of nice pestles look like. Now, my son, when he was about 7 years old, found this one. Oh, I was so delighted. I was happier than he was. But it's got that thing on the end. It's got fire blackened. I'll bet anything they used this as like a poker in the fire. Either that, or they were using it to weld stuff with using caulking. They were using it as a welding iron to, you know, hot melt powdered asphaltum to, you know, basically seal asphaltum layers into something. But I don't know. But then this one over here's got it too. See, so I don't know. They were either poking them in the fires or something. But you can see it's clearly got a burnt end on it. But you know, there's a lot of things like that that have got burnt ends on them. I got another thing around here. Yeah, hold on one second, I'll grab some. Now, I know this thing here was not a pestle, but it sure got, and it used to have even more than it does now. It's still got a tiny little bit of asphaltum remaining up here, where I think they used it, just they would get it really hot, put a layer of the powdered asphaltum somewhere, and then just use it like a caulking, or, you know, like a heating iron to just melt the caulk in and caulk it with asphaltum. Now that's what I think, but I don't know, and there wasn't anybody there, so it's just up to us. But here's another really cool little pestle. My daughter, when she was a baby girl, maybe 6 or 7, found this one here. Now that's how easy it is to find pestles in my world when the creek has been plowed and a big rain comes and it rolls the creek around. You can just walk down there, and this thing here was just basically laying on top of the sand. And just like if you just saw this thing laying on the beach, like somebody just pitched it out on the sand at the beach. That's the way it was. This little guy here I found, which I'll bet anything, this thing here was like a pestle about, you know, was about that size at one time, and then it broke, and they just went ahead and re-pestalized the end on the break on it. So I'll bet you somewhere around here you could find one like about 100 of them that I've got with the end broke off that'll match up to that one of these days. This one doesn't, but as you can see, I got a bunch of them in my brokey pile over here too. Just all kinds of little brokey pestles. Anyway, I just wanted to goofball with pestles for a few minutes. Oh wait, let me show you here. I haven't showed you Franken-pestle for a while. Now this here is the ugliest pestle. Look at this thing. But it's got a pestle end on that end and a real good pestle end on this one. Although it's not regular at all, but it is very domed. And, you know, I mean, you only get that from being worked on. I have never found a tool that was naturally domed in nature. That is not a form that nature forms. If you see a dome like this one, that is a man-made thing, because I've looked at a billion rocks, boy, and it's just never shows up, except, you know, and it can be really irregular like this one. I mean, that is hardly, you know, round shaped, you know, it's hardly circular. It's, you know, it's an ugly thing, and it's a poor choice of stone. If you look at it, there's big flaws running through it, you know. I mean, those flaws were in there the day the guy or gal or whoever it was that picked out this ugly thing and started using it. But anyway, I like it. I call it Franken-pestle. Okay, well, that was a quick goofball pestle discussion. It's starting to rain out here. I love it. That's what rain clouds look like in California. They don't look much besides just gray. But rain starts to fall. Well, bye, tubers. Next time.